Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't watched my first video yet, make sure you go check it out. Problems is not moving forward. I'm like, whoa. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about why we focus so much on negativity and why it is so hard to get out of our comfort zone. So stay tuned. In order to get the answers to why we focus so much on negativity and why it is so hard to get out of our comfort zone, we need to take a look at our brain, and especially our reptile brain, or also called the ancient brain according to Robin Sharma. So what is the ancient brain? Well, the ancient brain or reptile brain is made of the limbic system. It's a set of brain structure that sits on both sides of the thalamus right under the cerebrum, and the amygdala is part of this as well. So it's really not an extra brain that we have, but it's a part of our brain. And this basic and lower functioning brain served to keep us safe decades ago in the primitive world of relentless threats like starvation, extreme temperatures, warring tribes, and danger animals. Its main function is to maintain a steady state while warning us against danger so we stay alive. So this ancient brain is all about survival. And one trait of this ancient brain is its negative bias. In order to keep us safe, our ancient brain is far less interested in what's positive and significantly more interested in what's negative and bad. And this is why we focus so much on negativity right here. It's because our ancient brain wants us to stay alive. For example, take two news headlines, one positive, one negative. And I promise you that you're going to spend way more time watching or reading the negative news because your ancient brain is going to scan the negative news to see if it can find any threat or danger, because he is responsible to keep you alive. And this is why negativity is louder in our brain and our mind, and that's why we focus on negativity so much. The ancient brain default is to hunt for hunger. So back in the days when life is all about survival, we could respond swiftly and stay alive. But nowadays the ordinary person lives a higher quality of life than our ancestors. And I'm gonna pause the video real quick, and you know that to me the four tools of life are positivity, love, the power of forgiveness, and gratitude. So if you haven't practiced gratitude today, please be grateful that you have a higher quality of life than your parents had or your grandparents had. But even with that higher quality of life, we are constantly scanning for breaches against our security. Even when everything is going great, we are still in a hypervigilance mode. We still feel like we're not enough, or we are constantly worried about failure. And it prevents us from enjoying all the good we have. And this is all because our ancient brain is scanning the environment and the negative bias gets activated. For example, take a person who, defined by society, is successful. So he has a car, a house, a good job, a wife or a husband, and kids. But he's not even able to enjoy everything he has because he keeps comparing himself to others. Since his brain, his ancient brain, is hunting for hunger, he wants more. Because the more we have, the safer we feel. And he sees people with more, with a bigger car, with a nicer house, with a better job, or actually doing better at his job. So therefore, he feels like they're safer because they have more, and I'm not safe enough, I'm in danger. But really, he's not. He's in a good situation, has a family, a car, a house, and a good job, but he's not even able to enjoy that because of its negative bias within our ancient brain. Teddy Roosevelt said, "Comparison is the thief of joy." You will always have someone with more fortune, fame, and things than you do. Also, all your problems are interpersonal. They are based on someone else's standard. So stop comparing yourself to others. Because if you were to be the only person on earth right now, I promise you that half the problems you have right now will be gone. Comparing yourself to your neighbor because he has a nicer car, gone. Comparing yourself to other neighbor because he has a bigger house, gone. Compare yourself to your coworker because he found a better job or he's doing better at your job, gone. So stop comparing yourself to other. It's really killing you and preventing you from enjoying all the good you have. Like Teddy Roosevelt said, I'm gonna say it again, comparison is a thief of joy. Someone will always have more fame, fortune, things than you do. So stop comparing yourself to others. So I told that to my girlfriend, and she asked me a great question. She said, well, what if someone is actually doing better than you at your job, and because of that your job is now at risk? So I said, well, now it's a problem within yourself. Are you being average at your job and therefore you may get fired? Well, it's because you took part-time commitment and you got part-time result, and part-time result may get you fired. So to turn that over, you need to fully commit and take full-time commitment and get full-time results. And with full-time result, I promise you, you're less likely to get fired. But one mistake that a lot of people make when they see their competition doing better is that they want to start living their life. They just want to be like them. They want to be a replicate of them. But how can you expect to beat someone else's best version by being the replicate of their best version? It's impossible. So in order to be better in your competition, you need to do 3 things. 1, you need to overcommit so you can overdeliver. 2, you need to be the best version of yourself and not someone else's best version. And 3, you need to do the things that your competition is not willing to do. And this is going to separate you from being good to great. This is going to separate you from your competition, and this is what is going to make you the best. So remember, I mentioned the amygdala when I told you a little bit about the ancient brain. So the amygdala is part of the limbic system as well. The amygdala is an almond-shaped mass of gray matter that processes emotion, and especially fear. Whenever you feel anxious about failure or scared or concerned not to be enough, the amygdala gets fired up, and then what it does, and it tears down your productivity that you have built. And this is when you start making fake scenarios in your head. And you can relate that to a relationship as well. You start making fake scenarios in your head and you're so worried to disappoint your partner that you actually jeopardize your relationship that you have with him that was actually great, but you couldn't enjoy it at that time because of your ancient brain. Another example of when you start making fake scenarios because your amygdala gets triggered and fear kicks in is if I drop you in the middle of the wood in an old abandoned house. I promise you're going to make all type of fake scenarios in your head and think that there is creatures living in that house, that the house is haunted or whatever. And then you're going to drop in a flight, fight, freeze response, and you don't want to be in that stage to make any decision. You want to be in a calm mind. But the good thing is that our brain evolved and as time advanced, the prefrontal cortex developed. And this is the area of the brain that is responsible for higher thinking, and it's also called the mastery brain according to Robin Sharma in the 5 AM Club book. So this is another brain that we have in a part of our brain. So you have the ancient brain and now you have the mastery brain. And thanks to the mastery brain, we begin to learn quicker, dream bigger, raise our level of creativity, performance, and productivity. However, the ancient brain didn't really like the mastery brain and they went to war. Why? Because the ancient brain is all about comfort and safety, and the mastery brain is all about getting you out of that comfort zone to improve. And the ancient brain senses that growth, and he knows that we're about to get out of our comfort zone, but he doesn't want us to do that because it's going to put us in danger. However, in life, you need to get yourself out your comfort zone. You need to put yourself in danger a little bit in order to self-improve. A perfect example is the ice bath. All my fellow athletes had to take an ice bath in their career. I hope so. I had to. Anyone who had to knows that it's really uncomfortable to take an ice bath. It's freezing, it's cold. But you know that you need to do that in order to recover faster. But your ancient brain is going to give you many excuses so you don't take an ice bath. Why? Because the ancient brain is all about comfort. However, you know that you need to take the ice bath in order to be better the next day, to feel better. It's the same thing. You can either scroll down social media for an hour or pick up a book and educate yourself for an hour. Which one are you going to choose? And this is when you're going to have a devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other ones. The angel represents the mastery brain and the devil is the ancient brain. And one of them is going to tell you, scroll down social media for 1 hour, and the other one is going to tell you, study for 1 hour and educate yourself. But which one are you going to choose and which brain are you going to listen? And we tend to listen to the ancient brain a lot because it's comfortable, it's easy to do. Stay on the couch and watch TV is way easier than go out for a run. But going out for a run is way more rewarding than staying on the couch and watch TV. But the good news is that now you're aware of this condition. Now you're aware of your self-destructive behavior. Now you're aware that you have an ancient brain that tells you to stay in your comfort zone and prevent you from getting out your comfort zone to self-improve. So your ancient brain is going to set your limits because fear is going to set your limits. Take someone who does bench press, for example. He's on his 10th repetition and he barely got it up, right? But now he has a choice, either to rack the bar or to go for an 11th repetition. However, he knows that he won't be able to get the 11th repetition because he won't have the strength to do it. So he can either just rack it up at 10 or go for another one. But he doesn't want to go for another one. You know why? Because what if he dropped the bar on his throat? What if he dropped the bar on his chest? What if people in the gym see him struggle and think he's weak, make fun of him? He doesn't want to do that. However, if he does that, you know what's going to happen? Yes, he's going to struggle. He might not be able to get the bar up. But you know what? The next week, he might be able to get it up a little bit higher, and the week after that he's going to be able to get that 11th reps in and increase weight or increase his repetition, and therefore self-improve. And that's why it's so important that you get out your comfort zone in order to self-improve. A German philosopher said, most people take the limits of their vision to be the limits of the world. If you don't, join them. You're going to encounter discomfort in your life, I promise you. And whatever goal you set for yourself, the closer you're getting to your goals, the more discomfort you're going to experience. So one way to not give in your ancient brain and to keep pushing through that discomfort is to be dedicated, committed, and faithful to your commitment. Because you can be the smartest person ever, but if you don't have the drive, the dedication, and being faithful to your commitment, a person who is less smart than you but has the dedication, the commitment, and the ability of being faithful to his commitment is going to go farther than you in life. And that's why it's so important to overcommit to whatever you decide to achieve in life. Be aware of your self-destructive behavior and don't give in your ancient brain too much. And I'm going to challenge you to do one thing this week. It's trying to get out your comfort zone. Get used to get out your comfort zone. Discipline yourself to be comfortable being uncomfortable by doing simple things. Waking up a little bit earlier in the morning, brushing your teeth with your other hand, taking another route to school or work. Little things like that is going to discipline you to be comfortable being uncomfortable, and it's going to help you improve so much. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment below, and I'll see y'all in the next video. And don't forget, the 4 tools in life are positivity, love, the power of forgiveness, and gratitude. Finito.